Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, my friends, to, of course, the one and the only MRC show that never ends. And we're here, round 4 of our season 18, here in the streets of Baku in downtown Azerbaijan. Hope you are looking forward to joining us here for the Tier 2 action to kick off your Monday night entertainment. What a season we have had so far. I hope you've been keeping tabs on it. And then we have now got a street circuit, very fast, very difficult street circuit for the drivers. Different challenge for them all this evening. 18 minutes of qualifying before 26 laps around this difficult and very technical, treacherous circuit. But before we get into the qualifying session, let me introduce to you the man alongside me this evening. Good night to him in the YouTube chat, folks. It is his first time joining us in MRC, and I am so excited that he's with us. It is one of our men from South Africa, one of our contingent from there, and he is one of our quick drivers as well, one of our fastest now. I say he's in Tier 1, I don't see him, he's a lot further on down the road than I am, but he's one of those who has also now been victim of one of my affectionate nicknames. So, Skulker, otherwise known as SDL Spam, the Spam Man, is with us. Skulker, good evening.
Spamalamas here.
God, it's great to have you with me, my friend.
Thank you, Mark. It's lovely to be here. I'm looking forward to this. Hopefully it is not as hectic as the real life qualifying was.
Yeah.
That was quite hectic. But thank you for having me, and hopefully MRC can put up a show for us tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it is absolutely a pleasure for you joining me. It really is. Love having new drivers, new people coming and joining me in the commentary booth. We're always excited for that. And exactly, yeah. Hopefully it isn't as hectic as qualifying. I agree. But in a way, I hope we have a little bit more action in the race than we saw yesterday, because we had obviously lap 1 with a big shock, but then it built up to be the first 8-10 laps to be quite exciting, and then it sort of went to an absolute snooze fest, didn't it?
It did. I have to say, I did fall asleep during the race. And then when I looked at the screen again, I saw the race was over and Max Verstappen had won. And good luck to, well done to him and Carlos Sainz. And who's currently on a quick lap here, Mark?
So I'm looking at KG is the first man on track. He's the first one on a hot lap, but a lot of drivers out already. We've got a few drivers, a few reserves last minute as well who have stepped in. But there are a couple in the pits. Bobo is in the pits. Who else have we got? Armour as well. I think there's one or two others who have stepped in. But yeah, KG's the first man on track. Nice clear run for him. Coming through turn 16. 20 corners around this circuit, which when you're driving it kind of seems like a lot, but it's sort of never ending. It's a difficult track, isn't it? Because we've got the long straight here, the start finish straight, the quite long straight from turn 2 to turn 3. That's a 140.2. That's a good opening lap actually as well.
And two cars just made contact. A Mercedes and a Haas that was stricken in the middle of the track.
Yeah, that was G-Star and Smith have made contact. So, don't know if there was a bit of carbon fibre flying. That's G-Star's got quite a bit of damage to his front wing. I mean, G-Star is on the softs, but he is Tier 1, so he went. Oh, Smith as well has hit the wall. And that's a difficult start to his. At least he's not retired.
That was a bit of a difficult one. Even though he was going slow, he did lock up and went straight into the wall.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be a characteristic. I think we'll see that quite a bit, especially tonight, maybe our Tier 1 boys. And then I think as well, Tier 0, I think that is going to be a key part of locking up. There's a lot of heavy braking in here, isn't there? And you've got to be absolutely pinpoint accurate.
You do, especially, I believe it is, what is it, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, there's a lot of turn. There's a lot, isn't there?
14? Is it turn 14? That downhill left-hander?
Turn 15. Yes, I know which one you mean.
Turn 15? Yeah, I think that's the most difficult braking zone on this track. Turn 1 isn't too difficult for my from what I've experienced previously, also running without any assist. I think turn 15 is going to be the most difficult one.
Yeah, I can't disagree with you there. I think you're right. It is going to be tough. As well, we were discussing this a little bit, didn't we, beforehand, about the setup around here. It's one of those that people like to run a very low drag setup because of course, that very long start-finish straight that has actually 3 corners on it. But they really want the high speed through there. But then it can really hamper you, and we mentioned it, you said the same thing I did, an exclamation. How do you cope around the castle section? Because you need the grip, and you need that response from the car. You need a very strong front end of the car with a lot of 90-degree corners. How people run these low wings, I have absolutely no idea.
I also don't know, and the problem is it's not just the front end that needs to be strong. If you're rear in the slidey and basically doing the rotation for you, you're going to start eating your rear tires. Then your stints in the race is going to become even more difficult because you're going to overheat the tires even faster. So it does have its benefits in running low wings, but even then, if you're stuck in a DRS train, engine is going to overheat and you still can't pass anyone.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I really do. I agree. It is a difficult one. You're right about the rears because of the traction, and you're right. If you start spinning those up, start sliding, there's no room for error around here. The corners are a lot tighter. I think this is. I mean, some people may agree, some may disagree. I think this is almost on par with how difficult it is as Monaco is.
Definitely. So I think. Well, from personal experience, Baku to me is the most difficult street circuit for me currently to drive on F125.
Oh, Carl! Sorry, I did interrupt. Carl was gearing up for a hot lap, got it wrong through 1920, lost his front wing as he was gearing up for a hot lap, and luckily didn't retire. But he went wide through 19 and then just set him up wrong for 20, and wow, he's going to have to pit, and that's a sort of a set of soft tyres wasted at this point for him. So difficult start for Carl. But yeah, sorry, you were saying exactly.
That's a terrible one for Carl. I hope he can maybe just use those tyres for one more lap. I see Colin is on a lap. Is he going to improve? And he does improve into P2. Well done, Colin. Just less than 100th of a second behind KG. KG also showing some pace.
Yeah.
But
Alex
he'll most
as well.
likely mess it up in the race itself. Alex has been really he's been surprising me this season, to be fair. Especially if we go back to from what I saw from him on F124. He has made a huge leap forward in terms of pace.
Yeah, he has. I do agree. He's had a few difficult results. Currently sitting 16th in the championship. So yeah, it's a difficult one for Alex, but he definitely has the pace. I agree with you fully there. So it's great to see him up there currently in third. But Colin, interestingly, as we mentioned, can you do an extra lap? Well, you mentioned it actually. Can you do an extra lap on those tyres? Colin did that. He did a cool down lap, had another go on the tyres, and obviously it seemed to work. It seemed to survive for him. So it is interesting that they can work with that. Jackson just goes a few tenths behind his teammate into sixth. Current championship leader by 9 points, Maka, currently there in seventh. He's now going to start his second flying lap. KG, obviously second in the championship, but is currently in provisional pole. Then we've got Airways in third. He's where's Airways gone? Where is he? There he is, currently in sixth. And then we've got Flatty as well, currently in fifth. So this is so tight. I've got to do some maths now. That's 12. So 17 points separate the top 5 drivers after 3 rounds.
That's a close championship. I think this is gonna. If this can go down to the last race, I think some people are gonna bite their fingers off to try and to watch that race.
Absolutely, yeah, I fully agree with you. There are so many people, you can't call a winner each time, can you? We saw quite a bit of drama last time in Melbourne, and yeah, it's one of those that, especially around here, we've said how difficult it is. This is one that anything can happen. A missed braking point by a meter, 2 meters, not having that front end grip can just lock that front, can send you careering into a wall, and it's so easy to make those mistakes around here.
It is, and I see Alex is going for another lap. He has saved more ERS than he did previously for this final straight. He was dead even coming through sector 2, and it looks like he's going to get a nice slipstream as well. And he's coming into the pits. Does he know? He's not. Oh, he is bailing out into the pits.
Yeah, as Macca improved up to 4th. Yeah, maybe he did. Well, he ran out of. Interestingly, Connor 2.0 is reserving this evening. He's up to 9th, so he's having a really good run so far.
And KG going into the 139s. The first driver going into the 139s, and he's a second ahead of P2 Colin.
What an improvement that is. And this is it. This is where the confidence kicks in as well, because yeah, we say it's how tough it is, but you've got that confidence as the track evolves through the session. We've got a dry, we've had the weather report through, we're going to have a dry race as well, so everyone's probably breathing a big sigh of relief. So there, it's going to be good fun. Jumbus Hornet improves as well, 6th, 10th improvement. So the confidence is definitely getting there for everybody.
No, definitely, and especially if some of the people can time it to go out at around the 2-minute 45-second mark, they'll definitely get that last bit of track evolution and confidence. But it's all about how much are you willing to risk for a few tenths. And I'm normally not the one that wants to throw away a card just for 2 tenths, compared to some of these drivers like KG and Colin.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that one. I find it tough. I mean, then I seem to make mistakes, and there was a bit of debris flying there. But Colin's Captain Nibs, his car's okay. I'm not sure what happened. There was a car that went straight on into turn 1 as well, in the background. But yeah, this is. I'm like you, but then I tend to get frustrated and try to push on and then overdrive, and that's when my mistakes come in. That's my Achilles heel at the moment. And this is one of the circuits where you definitely can't do that, because that is going to be a disaster waiting to happen. It's going to be a Piastri into a wall situation, isn't it?
No, definitely. And I'm seeing something similar with GTS Drag King that's on a lap currently. His setup shows a real loose rear, and he's gone.
Wow.
I wanted to say his rear's been really loose on this lap thus far.
Wow.
And I think that is one of the lower wing setups that we've been talking about.
Yeah.
Because he was sliding everywhere.
Yeah, cut to him just at that point. I was going to look at Alex. He's used quite a lot of his battery on the run towards the line, so I'm going to sort of leave him be. I think he may struggle. I'm going to do Airways. He's coming to the castle. We're going to do an onboard lap with only 4 minutes left. His teammate is currently on a fast lap as well behind him, so maybe trying to get a bit of a tow, I think, towards the end of his lap for Bit. But we'll keep with Airways at the moment on stream, because I want to do an onboard lap with him. Like we say, he's one of our horses that, it's not about, not a dark horse, we know how talented Airways is and how good he is. So, see what he can do. Currently on a 40.6 in 7th. So we'll ride on board now as he gears up to his lap, coming through turn 19 and turn 20. Giving the walls plenty of respect. Carl, his teammate's a bit further back. So, is he going to do another warm-up? I think he might be. So, he's using a bit more of his overtake now. So, let's do an on-board lap with the McLaren as he comes down to turn 1, braking about the 120, 130 metre board. Little about to take 2 stabs into turn 1, but got through cleanly. Turn 2, late braking, using a touch of the curb, keeping it in third to stop the wheel spin. DRS activated once more as he tries to cut across, take a short line down the run to turn 3. Pick your braking point, about 120 metres. Third gear, kisses the apex absolutely beautifully through there. Then now the difficult, very tight turn 5. Understeer on that McLaren, gets it round though, and now we go into turn 5. Gets narrowed, understeer again, struggling to turn that car through turn 6. Really having to work hard through here. The difficult, very treacherous turn 7. Pick a braking points earlier than you think. And then now the beautiful, difficult castle section. Turn 8, turn 9, turn 10, there it is. Turn 11 and 12 to finish. And now get the power down. Full throttle through turn 13's the king. Let the car run wide, don't want to scrub too much speed now. Spot the braking for the difficult, treacherous turn 15. Use a bit of the inside curb. Now then, down the hill we go, end of the second sector. And then we've got a final braking point, final main corner, kisses the apex, uses the exit curve very nicely to anchor that car. Kink of 17, turn 18 and 19, and here we go. The turn 20 is actually this little kink there. There it is. Did you see it? It's not really a corner, but it certainly is. Let's have a look. Alex, as he runs towards the line. What's it going to be?
Depleted, and he does improve for one position, and just a tenth about. Now the other drivers also coming out again. I do have to say, I think that understeer cost Airways a lot of time in the first sector. I think that cost him a bunch.
Yeah, it looked very difficult, didn't it? He just had to wait and wait to get the car rotated, to get the car any kind of power down, and cost him quite a bit, because that positioning through that first sector, as Alex has kissed the wall at the entry of turn 1, got away with it, but that'll cost him some time. And it is that you just can't get the power down, and then it sets you up that tight middle sector that they're not really chicanes, but you could call them that. It's all about the positioning. You're gonna want to half sacrifice a little bit of it to get the position for the next part, rather than trying to carry as much speed as possible. It's all about positioning and getting that exit correct. And I think he struggled a little bit. Alex only half a tenth down, went a little bit deep though.
Not a good section there. I think he'll have to full send it through this next section. As you can see, as he throws the car in and loses the rear.
Wow. Let's keep an eye. KG's coming to the end of his lap. He's slightly less than a tenth up through the second sector. It is a purple second sector. Plenty of battery left, using the overtake, getting to the top speed as quickly as possible, trying to take the shorter run towards the line. He is going to have a little bit of a tow from the McLaren. Take the run towards the line. DRS is open. Is an improvement. It is an improvement. Half a tenth, 0.68 improvement. What about Colin? What can Colin do? He's coming through the castle section. Has he got a second in him to improve? He's only slightly up on his time, skirting that white line. Flatty in second in the 39s. GTS now.
GTS cracking. Well done.
Wow. Time's going thick and fast. This is an absolute...
Maka's coming over the line, and he improves into P4.
Yep. The championship leader in fourth. Colin is up by half a second, nearly just under half a second. This could put him on the front row. He's going to have a lovely tow on the run towards the line. Let's ride on board. Not much battery left. He's going to be using all of his deployment as well. That's going to hurt. His deployment's used, and he's losing speed. He can't get any more speed down the start-finish line. Is he going to improve? What's it going to be? It's third. Third for Colin. Jacks to pits. Nels is invalidated. Loppy invalidated. And that's qualifying.
What a qualifying. I have to say, KG, what a lap. And my heart is racing.
Yeah.
That makes me want to get on track.
Yeah, but you're medically excused. But
Unfortunately.
but yeah, KG, what a lap, a 39-1, incredible lap. Jake Dragkin will line up alongside. Colin will be in third with Flaherty fourth, the championship leader in fifth with Alex in sixth. Airways will be seventh with Jaxer alongside Connor. Great qualifying from him in ninth, and then Dumas Hornet in 10th. We do have a 5-minute interval, but we'll go through the standings and the grid order right now for you. So, of course, the top 10. As mentioned, Nels will be in 11th with Loppy in 12th. Mr. Mond will be in 13th with Smith in 14th. Carl got a lap in the end. He's in 15th. Smith's actually got a 5-place penalty. Maybe it was that collision with G-Star, and he got a 5-place penalty. So Smith will be down to 19th, 20th. But Captain Nibs 16th, G-Star 17th, Avanash in 18th with Bobo, and then Armour Red at the back of the grid. But yeah, that was exciting at the end. A lot of quick times there. Wow.
Yeah, that was very exciting, especially, I mean, what was it? A 2/10 gap between second and fifth, really close between these drivers, and I think the race is going to be even closer with the DRS.
That's it. The DRS is so crucial, isn't it, round here, because it's so powerful, especially down the start-finish straight. I think we said it was about 6/10 maybe that it can make a difference of. So yeah, if anyone's outside that, it's going to really hurt them, isn't it? It could be crucial.
It's definitely crucial, especially if you're running higher wing setups, and you've got guys with lower wings, someone in front of you that you can grab DRS from. It's the perfect way to defend your position throughout the race and just hold it until you pit, and then of course try and undercut the people.
Well, that's the next point, isn't it? Exactly, the tyre choice. If it's going to be a one-stop strategy, but because it's a street circuit, because we've seen safety cars come out in previous races on normal tracks where there's a bit of debris about, and that can sometimes bring a safety car. Those who may have saved a set of soft tyres, and it's going to be interesting to see who's gone with a harder allocation or the balance, so they have an extra medium tyre. That's going to be interesting as well, because we do normally see some people use a medium lap in qualifying. We didn't see that tonight, so it's going to be key to see who has saved the tyres. And the strategies that people are going to use. If people start on hard tyres, they could be disadvantaged if there's an early safety car, of course. It's going to be a tough one.
It is, and you mentioned people starting on the hards. If they do start on the hards, do not lose hope within the first 4 or 5 laps. It does take the hards about 3 laps to warm up, 3 to 4 laps. So you will be at a disadvantage, but just keep digging through it, and eventually you will reap the benefits from it.
Yeah.
But then again, do you want to be undercut by the medium runners and lose about 12 seconds? If, let's say, normal 5-lap undercut, we're talking about 10 seconds of time that you'll be losing.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be a tough one. I mean, I know they mentioned it in the Grand Prix, so I'm going off what they've said. About 20 or so seconds is the pit stop loss. About 10 or so under safety car. So that's going to be key of see who plays that kind of game as well. But you mentioned, of course, keeping the rear tyres alive, keeping the tyres in general alive for that undercut, or keeping going long and having the fresher tyres to then re-attack and to close down again. So that's going to be a key one. Let's have a quick look at the chat. Captain Nibs seems to be a magnet to the walls. Hopefully not in the race. Connor, yeah, he might be nervous, but yeah, great qualifying from you. And is supporting Jackster this evening. But we have 14 of you viewing. We've dropped 1 or 2 there, but only about 5 likes. So come on, folks, hit the thumbs up button. Do get involved. Ring the bell, and you'll get notified when we go live. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And like I say, do get involved in the chat. Who are your predictions for this evening? But in a few moments' time, we will look to go, I'm sure, to in about 2 minutes' time, I think it is. We've got before we go on the formation lap. So yeah, that tyre strategy is going to be really, really interesting. It's going to be quite. It's nerve-wracking. I wonder if we see some people, Skulker, go from further back, maybe try the soft tyres for maybe last about 5-6 laps. Just maybe trying to get some position. If there's an issue early on, then they can pit and not lose much time. Are we going to see the two-stop kick in? It's so up in the air because of how treacherous this track is.
Yeah, definitely. So the issue with Baku is that your tires, or well, your rear end starts to go once your tires hit about 35% wear. So the drivers will definitely be feeling it, and the cars will be more on edge, which might swing some drivers to a two-stop to try and prevent it from going into a wall.
Yeah.
And the hards are quite durable around this track, but the only issue is they don't provide a lot of grip around this track, which does make it a lot more nerve-wracking.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? I do fully agree with you. That's it. Sometimes, yeah, you'll take that 20-second hit to have that extra grip and that extra confidence that then you can hope that drivers will try to do a one-stop, lose their tyres, and then you could gain maybe 3 seconds a lap or so to close them back up again.
Yes, I agree with that. And again, I think it's going to be interesting. I think majority of the drivers will start on the medium tyres, and then we might have 1 or 2 on the hards and maybe three drivers on the softs.
Yeah, I do agree. I think we have been given the radio, which we have. So let's have a look exactly at those tyres. And you're right. Well, to be fair, most drivers on the mediums. Alex in 6th on the hard tyres with Dumas Hornet in 10th. G-Star, Avanash, Smith and Armour are the other drivers on the hard tyres. Everyone else on the mediums. So they're predicting that's the way to go.
Yeah, I think the mediums is the way to go if you want to protect yourself from an undercut or an early safety car. I think it's the safest option with how durable the hards is around here. You can pit on around lap 7, lap 8, and then try and make the hards last till the end.
Wow, there's a prediction for you folks. Yeah, but I mean, in practice, yeah, I think that's about right. I always make those mediums do that because it is doubled. So there's the possible race strategies. It's the lap 15 or so for 15 to 18 for the hards on the one stop, but then it was saying a hard medium for the two stop. So yeah, maybe 8 to 10 laps for the mediums. I think that's not a bad call, really. I think it's going to be interesting to see how that holds up, because I think you're about on the money. It is quite early, but yeah, 26 laps. You know, if you can get the hard 16 laps, then yeah, pit anytime before that. Again, of course, if we get a safety car around, then we may see those medium tyres, everybody diving into the pits as well to have those extra laps under the safety car, just to bring them to temperature, not take any life out of them, and we'll see how
definitely.
it goes.
And I see there's quite a gap forming. It's now closing down. There was a gap forming on the formation lap between Nelson and Loppy, but I see they are closing it down. And one thing I have to ask Mark before we start, as the drivers start with what is potentially the shortest distance to turn 1 on the calendar, how much risk do you take moving into turn 1, especially when you're on the hards or on this type of track?
Yeah, that's a very good point. That is a very, very good call. It's so tight that the barrier at the exit of turn 1 kicks in quite a lot. You can go too wide. You've got to have faith and trust in the driver alongside you. I hope we do see people braking early and protecting themselves and protecting everyone around them. We'll see. I think we will see a few too wide. I think we'll see a few backing off. But we've got Jackster quite a long way to the right of his box. But now we have 3, 4, 5 red lights Tier 2 in Baku. Let's go racing. It's a good start for the top two. Everyone away reasonably well. Great start for the man on pole position. KG got a monster start. Oh, GTS nearly went into the back. We got side by side with Maka and Flatty in the background as well. Everybody seems to have got through cleanly. Maka on the inside into turn 3. We got a rubbish camera angle there, folks. Sorry about that. But what have we seen?
Spinning.
Oh, Dumas Hornet. He's round. One of the early victims dropping down the order. Avinash had a monster start, up 4 places already. Captain Nibs and Smith, they're big gainers so far, but the top 3 are away nicely. Let's have a look at Captain Nibs against his teammate nonetheless, and he is through. But everyone seemed to be clean. What's happened to Smith? Smith's had a moment as well. I heard.
Smith
Maka's in the wall! Maka had an issue. Our championship leader Maka hit the wall, and he's now jumped to 11th. Oh, it's KG 3 seconds.
It's all kicking off here currently.
It is, isn't it? We're not even halfway through the first lap. So, championship leader missing half a front wing. The man on pole position and leading the race. 3-second time penalty. Look at Nels and Maka fighting through 15. A little bit of carbon fibre went flying.
We saw was a bit of carbon fibre from Captain Nibs that lost a front wing end plate on his Alpine.
Yeah, that might be battling with Maka. He's now under pressure from Nels and Andrew as well. But yes, Captain Nibs has lost an end plate. Good point, good spot. He has, Maka has to pit. A few drivers at the end of this first lap are pitting. I think they're Tier 1 drivers. Yep, they are. So they have to pit, so that's fine. We'll ignore that part. But, wow, that was a crazy first lap. And people that you didn't expect have been involved in a few incidents. GTS nearly hit the back into turn 1 of KG. But KG, 3 seconds of penalties already. That's... I mean, you can do it around here. There are a few points you could cut the corner, sort of bounce over the curb a little bit, but to get 3 seconds on the opening lap, that's right around here.
I think it was the penalty glitch that we have currently.
But he's also missing an end plate. He is missing an end plate. Yep, our leader is missing the front right of his front wing.
And I see GTS is catching him in the corners, even with his unstable rear end.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
that. Because it looks like he's sliding all over the place, is GTS. I hope that doesn't come back to bite him later in the race.
Yeah, with those worn tyres, I do agree with you on that one. Fully agree, but he is catching. We've got almost a DRS train down to Jack's there, where it's just poor exit through 15. But the DRS line, I think, comes quite late, doesn't it? I think it comes through like 1920, the DRS detection point.
Yes.
So it is quite difficult. Collins just nipped outside it as well. I think there's only going to be GTS virtual safety car as well.
And that does put Nels at a disadvantage, because he was going to overtake Captain Nibs to try and gain P10, but that now pushes him back into Andrew, who is now also at the back of them.
Yeah, it does. Absolutely. Andrew with his
Captain Nibs pitting.
Yeah, he does. He did have damage. It's he won't lose as much time. He's going to have, I think, that gap ahead of G-Star, so he should be okay with that pit stop if he changes his wing or not. I just want to have a look at that for me, Skulker. But now it is green flag though, so he is going to be under pressure, but it is green flag.
Yes, and
Avinash retired. Avinash retired. I think he may have lost it through 1920.
Yeah, he hit the wall on the straight, and I think that might be a full safety car.
I can't see it on track. Let's have a look. Bobo.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. So just another virtual safety car, I think.
Because everyone is travelling quite much, a bit slower than what they are supposed to.
Yeah, they are at this moment in time. So it's an interesting one. Not sure what's happened there. It's unlucky for Avinash. We were saying it's a difficult season for him, stepping up into Tier 2 from our Tier 3 champion. Difficult one. But yeah, it does seem just everyone is going slowly on this virtual. So I wonder if the deltas just really jumped massively, but KG seems to have accelerated a little bit now, so I wonder if it's about to end. As the VSC board we saw on the right hand side of the screen there it is.
The safety car is
green
done.
now. Yeah, all green. So Colin, wow, we missed that. Colin got the jump on GTS as it went green into turn 16. Colin got the jump and has now made it into second, but GTS and Flaherty plus Airways and Jax are all going to have the DRS. So let's have a look. GTS with the front end plate missing has got the drag reduction system wide open. Breezes past. Colin didn't really fight that one too much. Flaherty not close enough this time round to make anything of it. So they are about 1.5 seconds behind KG. He's going to hope that those lots start scrapping, because not only has he got the penalty, but that front wing damage. So he seems to be managing it okay so far. Carl and Dumas Hornet on the fight back trail as well, had that spin early on. So Connor's got the biggest gap. It's 5 seconds now to the top 7, who are very, very close indeed. But Dumas Hornet, car's all intact, but he's on the hard tyres, Dumas Hornet. So that's going to be interesting to see what he does. So is Alex Edric, isn't he? He's the leader in 7th on those hard tyres, and this stop and start probably isn't going to help him. I mean, it helped bring the hard tyres in, but it's not going to help him because it's going to help the medium tyre runners as well.
Yeah, so the hard tyres are going to stay cool, and that does reduce your amount of traction that you can get out of corners, as we saw with, who was it? It was Maka struggling.
Yeah.
As we see Dumas Hornet kissing the wall in the castle section and losing a front end plate.
Wow.
As we spoke about it with his understeer on those hard tyres, probably because he couldn't get temperature in those fronts.
Yep, could easily be that. Andrew is now through into 11th. So the man, I can't remember what type of his helmet. He has done a special helmet, and I'm going to have to go and have a look. He did tell me, so now I need to find out. It's to do with Zenitsu Crash helmet. It's an anime he's a big fan of. So he's got a special helmet. So
I'll definitely drop into his DMs since he also watches anime.
Yeah, he's a big fan of it, to be fair. He's told me quite a bit about them. I don't know anything about it, but I appreciate things that people enjoy, and absolutely, he's a big fan. So I think you'll actually really like that, to be fair.
I'll definitely have a look. As we see this DRS train just growing behind GTS. And to be fair, GTS isn't making any inroads into KG's lead that he's got, even though he doesn't have any damage as KG does.
Yeah, I mean, we jumped across turn 6 quite a bit. That inside curve can really hurt, and he lost quite a few tenths of a second from that. You're right, he's not, and KG's going to enjoy this. He did set a fast lap last time around, and then was beaten by those who had pitted under the safety car. G-Star's out. And that is a full safety car. G-Star went, that would be turn 3. Oh, on the exit of turn 3, I think he hit the inside wall by the looks of it. He lost his front left. And then, that just carried him into the other wall. So, let's go to the tyres. Now then, lap 5, it's been very stop-start, 2 virtual safety cars, and now a full safety car. Would you pit if you're on the mediums, if you're up there?
So the mediums, taking a wild guess here, would be about 16% worn right now. So I would either go to another set of mediums, hope for another safety car.
Okay.
If you are towards the back, and then if you are towards the front, I'll just pit for the hards and make them last until the end.
That's interesting.
Because the safety car will come in about lap 7 with the huge gaps that we've got between everyone.
Well, that's it, isn't it? And actually, a few people haven't pit. GTS and KG did not pit. Alex is the one who's going to be affected. He was on the hard tyres. He's had to pit. So he's disadvantaged. Everyone behind will keep an eye as everyone pits. Andrew, Loppy have pitted. It's going to be interesting to see who else. Dumas Hornet didn't. I think, if you're on the hard tyres, it's not the time. You mentioned before you could take the hard tyres quite a long distance. and try get some heat if possible under the safety car period. The top two, I mean, maybe they just feel that it's too soon because of the stop-start nature we've had so far, that they haven't, maybe may only have 10, well, maybe 50, yeah, you say 15, 16%, they haven't reached that where they start losing the grip just yet, maybe?
Yeah, I think they want to push the mediums as far as they can and then have that tyre offset towards the end of the race. Because even if they don't pit right now and the other guys run to the end, they will be quite a lot faster come the end of the race when they have maximum confidence on the new set of tyres, whilst the others do struggle for grip.
Yeah, I see your point, but everyone behind, I mean, Colin has managed to come out in third as well, got out ahead of Douglas Hornet. But he's on the hard tyres. He's, like you say, he's going to try to get those up to temperature and not lose too much time behind the top two there. For me, it's a difficult one. I think because, yes, they will take as long as they can, but if they have to pit under green flag conditions, that's 20-second loss at least. I think the 20-second loss is if someone is coming into turn 16, where I think it is, I'm trying to look at who's there now, but I think Maka and now Connor in turn 16 at the bottom of the map there. If you pit there, you come out near enough to them. That's the difference in the time. So that's, yes, okay, if you have a gap, you could still get some very good points, of course. As Carl's now pit as well, he's pit, so he's going to lose quite a bit of time. But it's, if you're in green flag, you know, everyone's pit, they lost maybe 10, 11 seconds, and now they're in the back. The top two are the mediums, but maybe they just think the hards aren't going to do 20 laps.
No, so it could be that they are a bit harsher on the tyres. But even then, if they want to make this strategy work of not pitting under the safety car, they're going to have to hope that the hards do take quite a while to heat up and then work together as the two front runners and try and break away from the rest of the pack to try and make this strategy work. Yeah,
that's going to be interesting to see if they can get the heat back in those mediums, because we've known for multiple generations of F1 that the medium tyres don't generally like a heat cycle, do they? They don't like cooling down under safety car. They don't offer that same level of consistent grip that you get, at full race speed. So it can be quite difficult. Virtual safety cars they can cope with, because you're at a delta, but it's not as slow as the safety car. When you're under safety car, it is very, very difficult.
Definitely. The mediums do struggle, especially used mediums. I felt it in Zandvoort, was it, where I nearly spun the car under safety car conditions, on the restart of the safety car. After my mediums cooled down and I had to try and heat them up again. So I do know it is going to be difficult for them, but again, the hards do take much longer to heat up, and I see we're going to stay out for another lap, which does prove my point that I think they should have gone in for the pit stop, but if they pit now, they'll lose too many positions.
Yeah, it'll be a very late call if it did go in, but I think you're right, it's not going to. So, 3 people have not hit the pit lane as yet. So, of course, our top 2 have been talked about, plus Dumas Hornet, who had a difficult start, but started on the hard tyres and now finds himself in 4th. Maybe a slight disadvantage by not pitting, but he's on the hard tyres, so he'll be able to go quite long.
Damage.
Does he?
Yeah, he's missing the right end plate.
Yeah, he is, but I think a few drivers have missed that. KG's missing that as well. But KG seems to have decent pace at the moment. He's not been completely under pressure from GTS, Colin, Flaherty Airways, and Alex in the first part of the race. So he seems to have been going okay, and it tends to be when it's sort of this kind of damage that the game sometimes thinks, okay, well, you're racing okay, your lap times are okay, then it doesn't change your wing, which is very infuriating. So you have to hit that manual swap. It drives me mad, that one. It really does. I've had half a wing missing before, and it said, yeah, it's fine, and I pitted, and it just sends me straight back out again.
I had the same issue.
I think it was
my front side was red, and it just completely forgot to change my wing, because apparently I was doing good enough lap time.
Yeah.
But I hate it when that happens.
It is.
But
it is.
To be fair, looking at it, Flaherty, Airways, and Alex, especially Alex, he's going to have to work hard to make his strategy work. Putting off his hards onto mediums, I think he's hoping for another safety car. But Flaherty and Airways and Jackster will definitely need to fight their way past Hornet if they want to challenge for the victory. Or even podium positions against Colin and GTS.
Yep, I do agree with you. I really, really do. Safety car is in this lap. Let's give it a tyre delta. We've seen that for a couple of laps now. So, KG is now the de facto safety car. Will back the pack up. And then it's just deciding when he drops the hammer, because this is one of those where you don't necessarily play the chicken game, but you'd want to go quite late because of the slipstream effect. I imagine he will wait as long as he possibly can. Safety car is nearing the pit lane already, and the driver's going through turn 20, so weaving around. But he's gone, he has, yeah, he gone quite early there, tried to get the break on GTS. GTS has gone well with him, Colin dropping off the back, so Colin got caught napping. But the top two.
Flaherty challenging Hornet for into turn 1.
He is.
This is going to be close, and he stays behind.
He does. Thomas Hornet gives him room, but Hornet gets a bit of a tongue slapper on, and now that's allowed Flaherty on the inside into turn 2. Gets the move done. Didn't have the grip. Thomas Hornet. Chris struggled through turn 1, left room. So was very, very aware, but yes, really struggled Flaherty now, but Colin got a great run through 1 and 2, so he's now closed that gap to the top 2 drivers. But yes, Flaherty made that move very, very quickly, and as you mentioned, crucial for him to get through if he's going to make that strategy work and go long and last into this race. But Thomas Hornet, yeah, just didn't quite have the grip on those tyres, and yeah, he's fallen foul. But now Airways all over the back of the V-Carb with Alex Jackster in close quarters as well. A few gaps already, maybe just the dirty air, people just taking it easy as the 2 Alpines are having another scuffle, as they have been. Carl might have had a moment as well, he's dropped off the back, so Carl having a difficult one this evening. But top 3 have quite close, actually, nose to tail, very, very close to this lap. Of course, DRS is active.
Yeah, and they're losing time against Flaherty. I think those medium runners are really struggling for grip at the moment.
Yeah, they are. I mean, I said about the heat cycle, and they certainly are. Jackster and Alex. Jackster's through on Alex. That's not what Alex needs on the medium tyres, but Colin is really, really pushing on at this moment. Look how close he is to the back of GTS. Are we going to see a move already? He's used a lot of his battery, though, and I don't know if it's showing it, but DRS not available just yet. GTS seems to have a lot better top line speed. Well, is he going to have a look into turn 1? Thinks better of it under braking, but runs a little bit deep. Is this going to be Colin's chance? It certainly is. Colin gets the move done, had the traction, was patient, had the traction. He's going to get the DRS as well. There it is, wide open off the back of KG. So that's going to help him defend against Airways through as well on Thomas Hornet. But that gap opened to 1.8 seconds. So Thomas Hornet struggling to get the heat back into those tyres, those very worn, hard compound tyres. But yeah, Colin very opportunistic there.
Colin had a great move moving into turn 1. He was patient, and it opened up for him. With GTS struggling with that rear, as we talked about in qualifying.
Yeah, seemed to just outbrake slightly, got the car round for the corner, but yeah, was just not able to put the power down, was very wide, missed the apex, and then yeah, that was it. Colin just was, as you say, very patient, picked his braking point, just waited to see what happened, and then had the traction and made the move, and then was now. But GTS is actually struggling to keep with them at this point in time. He's dropping a bit of time to the back of these top 2.
hit the wall at the
Oh,
back.
I think just saw Colin tap the back of KG into turn 16. The grip he has got is vastly superior to that of KG, who is struggling. You said it, Skulk, about the mediums are not working well. Flaherty all over the back of GTS. Look at this. We're going to see quite a few overtakes down the start-finish straight. Colin gets the move done. GTS also has it, but we've got a beautiful helicopter shot. GTS Flaherty down into turn 1. Flaherty gets the move done. Flaherty into third. And you'd have to say those mediums are not looking good.
No, they're not. I think they're going to have to pit really soon if they want to make it to the end of the race, or actually try and stay out and hope for a safety car, because it does look quite dire for them at the moment.
It is, isn't it? Yeah, they're really struggling. Captain Nibs is dropped off the back with Smith Nels, his teammate, and Bit as well. They're 15th, fighting for the last point this evening. But I think Flaherty went very deep into turn 5, got the car stopped and rotated, so he had the grip to do that. But Airways and GTS are there. Jackson not far away with Alex. Dumas Hornet, Loppy Macker is through on Mr. Mond as well. He's in 11th. He's going to have Bobo for company, but that's probably not one he wants to really fight with.
As
but
we see Smith spin into is it turn 6?
Yep, 5 and 6 it is. Yep.
Yeah.
Difficult one for Smith. Yeah, difficult in qualifying. But I tell you what, Colin now 1.6 ahead of KG. He has got those tyres absolutely fired up.
Yeah, and what Colin can do right now is he doesn't really have to push all that much.
GTS very wide at 16. Wow, wow, really lost it there. Airways straight through, and now he's going to be under massive pressure from Jaxa and Alex. I think he'll just about get the DRS as well to try to help him defend. But we're going to go on board with Flaherty. Flaherty already on KG. KG has pit. KG's done on those mediums. GTS stays out with Airways. He was having a little look. Oh, Jaxa had a little look as well into turn 1. It's all happening here. As there's a Haas.
As we see Macca doing a whole spin.
Yeah. I saw the Haas in the background, sideways into turn 1, maybe lost the rear on braking. Doesn't seem to be any damage. Got behind Andrew, but he's now got Armour and Connor for company as well. Of course, some of these tier 1, Armour tier 1 anyway. But Macca is going to be struggling. This is going to be massive movers and shakers in the championship when it comes to the end of this because of the point scorers.
Yeah, definitely, and I think this will give Colin a great advantage if he can win this race. It will be the first driver this season to have won 2 races. We haven't had a single driver win two races this season.
No, that's a very good point. Airways is sort of clear. He's got 2 seconds off the back of Flaherty. That's 1.5. GTS just trying to hold on as much as he possibly can. I reckon we might see him in this lap. KG has come out behind Captain Nibs in 15th. But let's have a look at those tyres. Yeah, he's on the hard tyres, so he's now going to go to the end. Yeah, this is interesting now. I mean, Dumas Hornet actually also hasn't pitted, but he started on the hards. Wow, GTS out of 16.
He's really drifting it.
Wow.
Tokyo style.
Absolutely was. Wow. Yeah, those mediums. I understand why he's taking them as long as he possibly can, but now he's just losing quite a lot of time. We've got Jackson behind. Yeah, he is. That's interesting. Maybe he is hoping for a safety car, but GTS is through. Is Alex going to be... Jackson through on GTS. He's just struggling, even turning that the rear wants to spin on him and slide. Armour is through also. Andrew's up to 9th. So has Dumas Hornet had a moment somewhere? Not sure, but Andrew up to 9th as well. He's made his stop. So Andrew having
Captain Nibs is out.
Oh no, and that is a virtual safety car. Right, didn't see that, unfortunately. I'm not sure what happened there. Actually, it's a full safety car. Full, I think. I see
the safety car coming out.
Yeah, it says virtual on our screen, but yeah, we see this full safety car. So, is that... Let's have a look at those tyres. GTS is saved. Alex is going to be thankful for that. Dumas Hornet will be thankful. Now then, what would you do on the hard tyres? Would you try to get some mediums, what we're thinking, maybe lap 15, get them 10, 11 laps? Would you try it?
I wouldn't. So, I mean, look at how much GTS and KG was struggling after about 8 laps on their mediums. I know the fuel loads dropped and stuff.
Yeah.
But we're talking about 6% difference in tyres. I wouldn't do it. I would, as the front 4, I would stay out and run a DRS train because that will prevent the others from getting past you. But if I'm Alex on his mediums, I'll definitely pit.
Yeah, I think Alex probably would be thankful for this. Yeah, I mean, we know the Tier 1 boys have to pit. It's going to be interesting. Let's just keep an eye on the top 2 here. Are they going to pit? Interestingly, our Colin does pit. So does Flatty as well. Now, it's going to be interesting.
Stays out.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he comes in. Jack's also coming in. I think everyone might be pitting.
Yeah, I think so. Managing to get the car stopped as well. Didn't see any penalties. So who's that stayed out? Loppy stayed out. Let's have a look at the tyres everyone chooses. Airways mediums. Colin, hard tyres. He had a second set of hard tyres. I think that's ideal for him.
Yeah, I think that's ideal tyre for this.
Yeah, so does GTS. Well, he has to go on the hards. That spices things up with GTS back in the mix. Flighty Airways mediums, Jacks at Alex as well. Mr. Mond, fresh hard tyres as well. That could put him back in the mix. Yeah, this is going to be... Well, it's spiced up again, hasn't it? Dumbest Hornet managed to fix his front wing. He has. Perfect for Chris.
And KG pits again onto a new set of hards and replaces his front wing as well.
Oh, Connor went quite deep at the exit of turn 1. Got a 10-second penalty for crossing the white line. Oh, that's heartbreak for him. Absolute heartbreak. But yeah, everyone pretty much, apart from Bit and Loppy, have pitted. Armour obviously pit end of lap 1. He's gone back to the hard tyres that he used originally. That's fine. Nib said he hit the wall on pit entry. Oh, that's unlucky, mate. Unlucky. To be fair, you attack that pit entry so much. It's actually not that difficult to do.
Yeah, it's one of the easiest pit lanes to lose a wheel or a front wing end plate. I have experienced it myself, especially with worn tyres coming into the pits, braking, trying to get steering rotation as well.
Yeah,
it is quite difficult.
Yeah, in practice last night, I completely and utterly drifted through that part. It was quite... I know damages, we turn the damage off in the practice sessions, but it was quite a moment trying to, see if you can attack it on worn tyres, see what you can do in a race situation to try to save you that potential half a second, even a second. I completely drifted through it, and it was a bit... So I've learned to not attack it as much. I'd rather lose half a second than lose my rear or the whole of my front of my car.
Definitely, I agree with that. I would rather lose half a second than drop out of the race completely.
Yeah, so no, it's unlucky for you, Nibs. Unfortunate, my friend. It was an interesting battle you were actually having as well with your teammate. That was going on since lap 1. So that would have been interesting to see how that had finished out. But yeah, now we've got everybody pretty much who've pitted now. This is, you would think, I think the medium tyres runners are going to hope that they have enough in the tyres, as you mentioned, with the low fuel, to keep them towards the end of the race and it doesn't drop off too much to the end. They're probably going to want to hope for an extra lap or two behind the safety car as well, aren't they?
Yeah, they're going to hope the safety car stays out another lap, because they are picking up slight wear behind the safety car, especially with the weaving, which is something I'm not a fan of, because it does put extra stress and wear on your tyres, even though it does generate a little bit of heat. But again, 11 racing laps, I think that's going to be a little bit too much for the medium runners. They might have the advantage in the first 4 or 5 laps, but after that I think they're going to struggle.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, the weaving is... lot of people have said that it's sort of superficial, it doesn't really make a difference. It does a little, but you're right about that extra heat into the tyres and the extra wear through it. I personally tend not to really do it much until it's sort of, you know, the pack's together. Like now, when you know the safety car is going to come in at the end of this lap, then you start to prepare yourself, get as much heat as you possibly can into the tyres as it does come in into this lap. So Phil is supporting Mr. Mond, who's currently in 10th, and I would say on the better tyres, so hopefully Mr. Mond has a good restart. And yeah, we've got 11 laps left to go, so I'll get rid of all that off the screen. Loppy now takes over.
Yeah, if Loppy can play this really smart, he might be able to pull something out of the bag if he can just keep his tyres quite cool and handle that traction zones.
Exactly, so it depends when he drops the hammer. We saw he's going a lot longer and a lot further than we saw, but now he does drop the hammer. He's gone, Colin's gone with him, and everyone quite a bit tighter bunch this time round, but gets the clean one into turn 1. A little bit look from Alex. Yeah, have a look at further back for me. That was Connor and Dumas Hornet, KG as well on the other Aston Martin, but everyone seems to be cleanly through at this restart.
Yeah, as we see Colin now making a move on Loppy.
Wow.
As Loppy was struggling to get the power down in turn 2, as he struggles out of turn 3 as well.
Yeah, he does, just hasn't really got the rear on him at the moment. But yeah, Colin, we saw what a start he had at the last safety car restart, and he's going to try to do exactly the same thing again with this tight section, difficult to overtake, pretty much impossible, and he's already gained a second with that clean air. Jumps a little bit of the curb, hopefully that wasn't a warning for him. We've still got the safety car lap up there, but it has actually gone in, so don't worry folks, it has actually disappeared. Hopefully it hasn't just come back on screen, which I have seen that glitch before, which is a very strange glitch. KG through on Andrew as well, so KG using those tyres to the best of his ability. Loppy really struggling, 1.8 seconds to those who are pitted behind. GTS as well, he's going to be looking to really get the bit between his teeth and to really push on as he extended his first stint. But now Flatty,
I think this might be a 3-wide moment coming into turn 1.
Yeah, no DRS into turn 1, but I tell you what, Flatty got such a run.
Flatty had to lift, and it's giving Airways now the run.
It is, the ball got the run. Alex is retired for the session. Oh, through 1920, it's not even a safety car, it's not anything at the moment, but look at this. Oh, it is a... I don't know, I'm not sure, but look at this. 3-1. It's Airways going on the outside. He's got the line. Loppy on the inside. Has he managed to make it stick? He hasn't quite. Loppy's just ahead of the Costa DRS detection point. It's going to be Airways that gets the detection, but it's Flatty getting the switch back. Flatty gets the run through turn 2. He's now got the DRS, makes the move on the Red Bull. Flatty, Airways has had to just back out of it. He was trapped and boxed in. Flatty, who got overtaken into turn 1, has now managed to get through on the run to turn 3. Wow, opportunistic once again.
Very opportunistic, and look at Colin already breaking the 2-second mark from these guys, and he's running away with this. I don't think unless Flatty can really pull something out the bag, I think it's going to be difficult to catch Colin back up.
Yeah, I agree, but he's already got 1.5 seconds over Loppy, who is now holding up down to 7th. Maka now has recovered up to 7th, so he's had a good start. Monster has had a difficult restart. Not sure what happened to Monster. Oh, that's hard work for him. Not sure if he was caught up in something, but look at this battle behind Loppy, Airways, GTS, Jackster, Maka. KG is now, don't forget our pole sitter, our early race leader, is now in the battle as well.
What a recovery from KG. I didn't even see him get past Dundas Hornet and Bit.
No.
I didn't see anything.
Neither did I, but look at Airways. He's just about got through behind the DRS detection point. He's got the rear wing. But look at this from GTS. He's got the slipstream. Is he going to make the double overtake into turn 1? He is.
And he makes it. As Jackster's also going for it.
Wow, was almost at 3 seconds. He's going to have to pit. Hopefully he can keep on going.
As Jackster goes into turn 2 and he gets
Wow.
past Loppy.
He does. Loppy's really struggling with those tyres, has zero grip whatsoever. Look at this behind. We've got Maka KG as well with Loppy. Jackson's through. Look at this. There's 4 of them. Oh my goodness me. There's contact as well with Loppy and KG. They're still side by side. I don't know who's ghosted, but we'll get back to that one because, wow. GTS.
Oh.
GTS. Wow. Was 5th, now 3rd.
What a lap.
It went, oh, that's a Haas, that was
almost
Maka.
winning.
Oh, what a save. Yeah.
I just need to catch my breath first.
Welcome to MRC commentary, Skulker, because it's hard work, isn't it? It doesn't half leave you breathless. I think Loppy, I see why he's trying to stay out. Maka needs to now make that move, but Loppy's dropping so much time. Flatty 2.3, GTS 2.2, but he's now going to be the one under pressure from Jackster, who's been one of those silent assassins really this race. Haven't really seen much of him. Whoa, as
KG loses it.
Oh, on the curb. Wow.
What a catch from KG.
It was. Incredible catch. Very, very good save. Airways half a second behind before we get to the DRS. Is it going to be enough? We do get to see on board if he's got any...
I think he might be saving some battery.
Yeah, he's used quite a lot of it, and now Loppy does pit. So it's not worked out for him, unfortunately. He does have a gap down to Armour, though. Both Aston Martins have had a really difficult restart. They're running very, very well indeed, and a tough one for them at this second restart. They're in fantastic positions. But that's the nature of this track. It can bite. GTS has taken half a second out of Flaherty, who's actually dropped half a second. Maybe he made a mistake somewhere. But I think that was Jackson. It was who got very twitchy from turn 3, and Airways now through into 4th. So now these guys, there's a lot of battles going on, and there's also a few gaps forming as well. Airways is really pushing, but yeah, Flaherty dropped a few tenths to the back of Colin, which Colin's going to be grateful for, but he'll see a few of the intervals further back and try to potentially work out where Airways is, where's GTS, where is KG. He'll know KG's got 3 seconds, of course, but then he doesn't know where anybody else is. We've got Jackster there, Maka there as well, and Dumas Hornet, we said earlier he didn't pit and was a bit of a victim early on, and now he's of course got those medium tyres on, so hopefully he can go. But Flatty mediums, Airways mediums, Jackster, Maka, Dumas Hornet, they're on the medium tyres.
Yes,
they're going to be praying
now. The next 3 laps is going to be interesting to see how the mediums can stack up against the hards within the next 3 laps.
Absolutely, because they had a couple of laps there under the safety car, but GTS on the hard tyres, I mean, Colin hasn't really pulled away massively.
Smith now going for a bit, as Smith is on much fresher tyres on the mediums, but it does look like he's struggling with battery from what I can see on his steering wheel.
Yeah, we've got him. We're looking on board at this moment in time. Looking back from Carl. Smith's closing. Does he have a late look into turn 1? He does. Can he get the car stopped? Just about. That was a late move, but Carl saw that coming as well. Carl saw it coming. Oh, a lot of understeer though from the Haas, and oversteer as well. Carl had to sort of back out of it a little bit. He's got the DRS. I think Smith using a bit of his battery at this point. But Carl is pushing on. He's got the overspeed now, and Carl now gets back through into 10th. Those hard tyres, 13 lap old, may not be feeling too good.
Yeah, I think they are going to start struggling now.
Bobo Dumas Hornet had a little collision. Bobo, of course, Tier 1. One of our top guys in Tier 1 will pit as well, but having a little battle does now let Dumas Hornet go back through. I know it's Bobo Racing, and you do as well, of course, and I mean, he's a hard driver, but he is very fair as well, especially when it's not his tier.
Yeah, he's very fair. That's one of the things I can say about Bobo. Very fair driver.
Yeah, but I tell you what, Flatty had a moment somewhere. He's dropped a second to Colin, and look at this now. GTS half a second back. Airways half a second off GTS. KG 6/10 off the back of Airways. Wow, this is the battle for the podium at the moment because Colin 3.4 seconds down the road. GTS has got the overspeed. The rear wing is open. And he has made that.
He taken the braking zone. I think he's just going to let it go.
As we see GTS goes wide. Luckily avoided that. That's the barrier that comes at you and sticks out of it. That is, he managed to just avoid that. That could have been a 4-car pile-up.
It could have been very damaging towards everyone's race there.
It could. Absolutely could have done. But I think now this is where the hard tyres are going to be the best tyre. I expect KG to come flying through soon. I expect Flighty Airways to try to hold on, knowing that Mac and Jax have dropped off quite a bit as well. They're 3 seconds back. I think they may try to hold on to the end of the race, but I think, like you said, they're about 5 lap old now, aren't they, after the safety car, so they won't have had much. But now this is just seeing what GTS can do now about Colin, because this is going to be crazy racing now for the end of the race.
As we can see, GTS was 3.9 seconds behind Colin about 2 laps ago, and he's now currently just 3 seconds. And he is gaining some time through the corners compared to Colin.
Yep, and GTS is a reserve as well. I think he's just stepped up to Tier 2, so this is showing he's right up there, isn't he? And to be fair, he's probably more than on, well, I'm going to say your pace in Tier 1.
No, definitely. He is someone that really shocked me when I came back in Zandvoort. He really had an excellent race there, and he was matching my pace.
Yeah, wow, look at this. Airways, KG, ganging up now on the Williams and Flaherty, the 3 abreast. It's KG's done the same thing that GTS did, got a double slipstream, and has gone through both Airways and Flaherty. Airways thought he got the move done, and now suddenly he's in the same position.
Yeah, the same thing happened to Airways with KG as what happened with Drag King.
Yeah, wow, so that's incredible. Maybe saving a bit of battery to use that overboost, and maybe the inside line just seems to work a little bit better than the outside does. But wow, what an incredible 3 abreast down the start finish straight. Flaherty, fair play, chose the middle of the road and went, okay, well, I haven't got the DRS. Accepted his fate a little bit, didn't he?
And I think this castle section will just show how much the mediums are losing currently towards the hard tyres. With Airways and KG, I think that's going to be, as we see KG go wide into the wall.
Yeah, he's missing the end plate as well. Yeah, so he lost the right, now he's lost the left. So yeah, we were going to see, was it going to help, but it's not. And I tell you what, GTS is taking quite a big chunk through that castle section out of Colin's lead. Gap only 2.5 seconds. 4 more laps to go after this one.
As we can see, GTS has a very sharp front end, which will help him with confidence. But that rear end is starting to slide, which hopefully doesn't come back to bite him later on. We have yellow flags in sector 1 for one of the Astons.
Yeah, Connor, I think, went straight on into turn 3. To have a quick look, he did. Yeah, he did. So unfortunate for them. Andrew just struggling as well. He's just going to make it to the end. Smith 3-second warning, but anything can still happen. We're coming to the end though of that safety car window. Flaherty.
Airways.
Yeah, we certainly are, and Flaherty on the inside, and he's got to be close enough. He's alongside. Airways gives room. Flaherty still side by side. Who's going to have the DRS? Wow, still side by side through turn 2. Still giving room. Let's go on board with the Williams. Airways got the better drive out of it, but it's the Williams who've got the DRS. I think he's actually just gone, okay, I know I have it. I don't think he actually used it, to be honest.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, so GTS take another couple of tenths, half a second actually, out of Colin. So this is going to set us up for a potential final lap showdown. Actually made a mistake. Actually, I think he's made a big mistake somewhere. He's actually dropped a second. As the Aston Martins are struggling, unfortunate for them. Andrew's gone through. He'll get currently in a final point score position. Difficult. They were running so well. The Aston Martins, difficult. I don't know if there was anything happened at the second safety car restart, but yeah, difficult one. But Colin now 2.8, that'll help. I don't know what happened to GTS, but it'll help him a little bit. Now I think these medium tyre runners, they've got Bobo who's going to have to pit in a lap or two, but I think these medium tyres, yeah, the gaps are forming. They don't have the pace of the top 3. the key, I think, is Airways. He needs to try to keep within 3 seconds of KG with 3 more laps to go. That's going to be hard work, I think.
I don't think he's going to be able to do it. As we can see, just in the...
Oh, there's an Aston Martin there in the wall. Who was that? That was Connor. Is in neutral. Hopefully he doesn't get... he was actually letting people through. That's not really the way to let them through, my friend, but we'll talk to you about that.
Yeah, so Airways getting passed by Flatty again, but they are struggling with front-end grip. Just riding on board with them currently, they are struggling with understeer.
That's a good spot. I didn't see that, so yeah, good call. Good call. Yeah, the gaps are really starting to form, aren't they, at the moment? Connor has DNF in the pit lane. That's difficulty. So 15 runners, 5 out, and now anybody who finishes does get a championship point. Currently going to the other Aston Martin, which, like I say, was difficult. Smith, as he's only going to lose to Armour at this point. Yeah, just a difficult one, I think, for the Astons. I don't know what happened early on, but it's those fine margins we talked about. The tyres are wearing. We've seen maybe GTS as well tap the wall. We saw KG tap the wall. Macca have, well, look at the rear of Airways sliding around, but yeah, Macca tapped it as well, and it's just about that survival.
Yeah, it's now the last 3 laps. If you see big gaps ahead of you and big gaps behind you, there's no need to risk it. It's just about taking the points and securing it for the Constructors and for the Drivers' Championship.
Yeah, fully agree, 110% there, because that's all it is. It's just then now keeping the focus, not looking at the gaps too much. Doesn't matter if you know, we've got a few gaps there, 3 seconds, 3.9, 2.5. If you lose a tenth or two or something like that, it's going to ebb and flow, because everybody is going to be looking at keeping the tyres alive towards the end, and especially the medium tyre runners. As it stands, they are going to be screaming. You said they were struggling with the understeer. We've seen a bit of sliding and oversteer as well. I think Jackster has been passed by Bobo, who will pit at the end of this lap. I think it is. Yeah. So he won't be too worried about that. But Bobo, then I know Bobo, he'll back off and let a few people through. Yeah, it's been a ebb and flow. It's sort of quieting down. We've seen some good action. I'll tell you what, GTS now, 1.7. There he is in the background. At the bottom of the screen was Colin as well. This is definitely gearing itself up. But oh, he goes very deep into turn 4, taps the wall. Doesn't look like there's any damage though, but that's now that gap up to 2 seconds. And this is...
Yeah, it's actually quite difficult for GTS. He's been hopping over the curbs the whole race. As we can see, the rear end now starting to slide for him again. As how does he take the castle section? It's actually quite fine. Coming, and he is one of the more aggressive drivers on the curbs, from what I've seen tonight.
That's interesting, because they can come to bite you back, aren't they? They can really unsettle the car. I mean, look at this turn 15, for example. He's done it, just rubbed the outside of the wall there with the tyre, which is okay. But yeah, he can really struggle with that, can't you? It can set you flying. Look at the drift outside of turn 16 once again. And that's...
Again, and this is where GTS needs to calm down. He's got second place in the bag. I know he might want to win the race, but I'd rather first race as a reserve driver, just take the points and the podium result.
Absolutely. Flatty. Airways Macca have dropped now, so KG looks like he's going to be set for a podium, because they have dropped to 5 seconds back as we are on the final lap of the race. Bobo hits the pits, and I think he actually... How on earth did he manage to get away with that? I'm sure he hit the wall. Don't know what happened there, but anyway, we'll skip that one. So I think it'll be... Who else is to pit? Armour Red is the only one that's to pit.
I think we have a fastest lap attempt from Smith as well.
That'll be good to see.
On the soft tyres currently. As we see Nels now closing down on Lottie. 12 lap old hards versus 7 lap old mediums.
Yeah, that'll be a good one. Nels has had a difficult race, battled in the early stage with his teammates. So you saw, wow, Airways very snaky out of turn 4 into 5. So they are struggling. That's very close, that gap. But I don't think Airways has the grip left. But we'll keep an eye on Nels. He's just dropped off. Made a mistake somewhere. I mean, Smith as well. is now trying the fast lap. Fingers crossed for him, but we've got the leaders coming through into turn 15. One more braking point to go. And then it's going to be Colin, as you said. It's going to take his second win of the season, the first man of the season in Tier 2 to take 2 victories. And surely that will catapult him to the top of the standings. But it's a great race from him. What a fantastic... Played it perfectly, pitted when he needed to, made some fantastic overtakes. And it is the run towards the line. The Mercedes of Colin is going to take the win here in Baku in Tier 2. Across the line, 1.5 seconds from GTS. What a great result from him. KG, our pole sitter, will take third. Flatty is going to hold on for fourth, ahead of Airways, who takes fifth. Maka, our championship leader, will be in sixth.
Maka lost the rear end, and he might be vulnerable to Loppy if Loppy can get a good run.
Oh, we'll keep an eye on that. Let's have a look. Yeah, Dumasana did, didn't he? But Jaxa is seventh. This is the battle for 8th place. Has he managed to do it? Can he get over the line? I think Dumasana is going to do it.
Earlier in the lap.
Yep, so Dumasana, what a result. 8th, Loppy, 9th, Nels. Battle through, got 10th in the end. Carl will finish in 11th place. Another. Oh, he actually has no front wing, Carl, actually, so he's done well to finish the lap with no front wing, so he'll take 11th. Smith, trying the fastest lap attempt. Let's see if he manages it.
He is a bit down on his own personal best, so I don't think he's going to get the fastest lap attempt here.
That's unlucky, but he'll still finish in 12th place. He certainly does, Bobo. And Armour letting Andrew take 13th, and they'll back off a little bit because of the penalty that Andrew has, the 3 seconds, I think it is. So they're going to back off from there as well, which they have. So Bobo and Armour finish 14th, 15th, but Andrew will take 13th place for that. So there we kind of are as they all cross the line. And what a race that was. It quietened down actually towards the end. It normally spices up, but throughout that was fantastic racing from, well, most of the grid.
That was brilliant racing. Everyone kept it clean when they were going side by side from what I could see. Just a few unfortunate incidents with a few people tapping the walls and losing some front end plates.
Yeah, it certainly was, but at least there was not too much damage. I mean, we saw a couple of virtual safety cars, a couple of safety cars, but nothing too really untoward, but some fantastic racing there this evening. What a good one for your debut as well.
It was an interesting one for my debut, and I hope there's many more to come like this.
If you're on Tier 2, my friend, you certainly will be plenty of it. We will cut short the podium celebration so we can see the fastest lap went to Armour Red in the end. Driver of the day from the game is Bobo. The most overtakes and the cleanest was Loppy. So let's have a look at your provisional standings, ladies and gents, for round 4 in Baku. Colin ahead of GTS and KG are your 1, 2 and 3 with Flatty in 4th. Airways in 5th with Maka in 6th. Jackster will be in 7th ahead of Dumasana in 8th. Loppy in 9th and Nels rounds out the top 10. Bit is in 11th with Smith in 12th. Andrew takes 13th. Bobo ahead of Armour in 14th and 15th. The DNFs, unfortunately, this evening were Connor, Alex Edric, Captain Nibs, G-Star and Avanash. So, my good friend, you've now got the high pressure state of calling your driver of the day.
No, I was actually hoping I could ask you first. But, so I have 2 in mind. With it being my preferred driver of the day, I'll have to go Colin. Very composed, very fast, at times when he needed to be. And very ruthless. That's something he was tonight, and that's something you need to be around this track. And then a honourable mention to KG for making that comeback drive when he was, I believe he was 15th at some point. What a comeback from him as well.
No, to be honest, mate, I can't disagree with those 2 picks. I really, really can't. I don't normally give it to a race winner, but you're right. He kept his cool, did Colin, and made some fantastic overtakes. And you're right. I think both those very, very deserving indeed. So yeah, all that's left to say, ladies and gents, is thank you for joining us. Thank you to all the Tier 2 drivers this evening. Thank you, Skulker. It's been an absolute pleasure, my friend. It really, really has. It's been fantastic. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you're going to come back.
No, definitely. I hope to be back, and I hope to be your co-commentator again soon. It was definitely fun, and thank you for having me.
My pleasure,
And
yeah.
any feedback from the fans out there watching the race tonight, if there's any feedback you guys want to give me on what I can improve, please feel free.
Yeah, but be nice. Here's the point. But that's all, folks. That is all for us. In about 20 minutes' time, the Tier 1 boys will do battle around these very tight and twisty streets of Baku. So do join us. We'll be back in about 20 minutes' time. But from Skalk and I, thank you so much for joining us. We will see you very, very soon. Good night.